On va lire un verset du Srimad Bhagavatam.
We will read a verse from Srimad Bhagavatam,
6e chapitre, verset
6th
23.
chapter, verse 23, first canto.
Sadhu sevayam devam yapim jatam haim vedamatim devavatam mangokam gvantam ajjanatam ashi. Rendre service dévotionnel à mes dévotés.
Render devotional service to my affectionate devotees. For one time, give your heart to me, and you will be purified. After, you will be able to become my eternal associate. After leaving this terrible world. Commentary. Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur quotes the Lord. By serving my devotees, even for a short moment, your intelligence got stronger, and leaving this material body, you will become my eternal associate. End of the quote. We must serve the Lord under the direction of an authentic spiritual master because he is the representative. A neophyte devotee cannot serve directly Krishna with his material senses. The spiritual master trains his disciples to engage his senses in the devotional service of the Lord and purify his senses. Through such a training, he sees intelligence being fixed in devotional service, and he attains definitely the association of the Lord when he leaves his earthly body.
Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Srimati Bhaktivedanta Swamiti Ganga Namaste Sarasvati Devi Gauravani Prachadini Nirveshesha Sunyavati Prachadjadeshata. Qu'est-ce que ça veut dire qu'on peut pas?
What does it mean that we cannot engage ourselves in devotional service? Does a person who doesn't know anything about Krishna can really serve Krishna? What is the state of his heart? Full of material desires and material conceptions. So automatically, his desire is not pure. And his objective is not pure. His goal. The soul will address to the Lord according to his consciousness's desires. Automatically, the goal will not be achieved. A material goal will be given, just like the attainment of heavenly planets, liberation from suffering, obtaining mystic powers, or material benefits, temporary material benefits, just like beauty, children, a beautiful wife, but no bhakti, no devotion, no understanding about our eternal position. But if we serve a pure devotee, we receive the teaching of a pure devotee. Automatically, we become gradually qualified. Why? Because we do not follow his desires, our desires. We do not follow our qualification. We follow the qualification of the Vaishnava. The Vaishnava that is engaged in the eternal service of the Lord engages conditioned souls in the eternal devotional service. And when the time is right, the senses become purified, the mind becomes purified, and the disciple has a vision about the position of his guru and his own position as well. From there, when he leaves his body, what he perceives, he obtains it. In general, we must be at least at this level to go back to Krishna. Before, we have to go back. Unless Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur explained that those who are engaged in the service of the deity in the temple, even if they don't have that realization, they can go back to Krishna.
C'est le seul bémol.
This is the only exception.
Sans ça, c'est pas possible.
Without this, it is not possible.
C'est pourquoi,
This is why,
bien que le service de la déité n'est pas considéré
although the service of the deity is not
comme le
considered
processus
to be
pour cet âge,
the process in this age,
le processus est le chant des saints.
and although the process is the chanting of the holy name, the deity worship is extremely merciful.
Il est venu dans cet âge de Kali, pas dans le Dvarapa Yuga.
Krishna came in this age of Kali.
Dans son commentaire de la Bhagavad Gita.
On Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, he explains that in his commentary on Bhagavad Gita. Those who are not happy about this quote, they can go directly to Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur. Those who have faith in this, then they go back to Krishna. Although they are not qualified, he said, even if they cannot meditate on their swarup, their eternal form, that means even if they don't have realization to remember their reality, he gives different states. Those who can meditate on their devotion, on their eternal service, those who try, and those who cannot even try, but they serve the deity with faith. Those also, they will go back to Krishna. This is why the service of the deity is not ordinary. We see many people criticize, but they cannot even live here. They always make plans to live outside. They prefer to live in the woods, but they prefer to live in the woods with humidity and insects, and they think this is paradise. But to be with the deity, this they cannot. It's not so simple. If you have material desires, it's not possible. You will be ejected. Because where the deity lives, it is not a place in ignorance, goodness, or material passion. Krishna says, this is my kingdom, this is my abode, it's transcendental. When the Lord comes in the form of the deity, the place that manifests is Vaikuntha, the eternal abode of the Lord. There are philosophical points that are extremely important to understand. Bhaktivinoda Thakur explains in Jaiva Dharma that the first level of the Vaishnava, Kanishta, Adhika, the qualification, is faith in the deity. Before that is atheism and personalism. Because to remember Krishna with the material mind is impossible. We call that invention. We invent. But the Lord, when He manifests in the deity, by the will of the pure devotee, so that the deity is not material, it's directly the form of the Lord. Srila Prabhupada explains a comparison with the deity that is interesting. He says it's just like two postal boxes. There's one that goes directly to the post office and one that you make yourself. If you make yourself a post box, the letter will go nowhere. But if you post your letter in the postal office, then the letter will be distributed. In the same way, the difference between idolatry and the worship of the Lord is that idolatry is your own conception. It brings nowhere. Never we enter the abode of the Lord with such conception. But when Krishna accepts this form that is described in the scriptures, when the deity is installed properly, and when it is given by the instruction of the spiritual master, then we enter into the abode of the Lord. Whether we are conscious or not, the result will come. It's just like a medicine. Whether you have faith or not in the medicine, it will still act. It's because the medicine has an effect. In the same way, Neha Bikram Shosti, never will any service offered to the deity will go to waste. It's just like Bhaktivinoda Thakur. He took the example of a bank account. The Sukriti, devotional acts offered to Krishna, they accumulate. And one day the Lord appears. It's like this. It starts with the fact of serving the devotees of the Lord. Because when you're associated with the pure devotee, you're associated with someone who has the experience, who has faith. And you obtain faith. If you're associated with someone, with people who have doubts, what will you develop? Doubts. You understand? So why? Narada Muni explains it starts with the association of pure devotees and it finishes with attaining the abode of the Lord. When we go with people who are fixed in devotional service, then we attain the goal. Bhaktivinoda Thakur explains in Jaiva Dharma, a neophyte, his faith is resting upon what? The association. If he's associated with pure devotees, he progresses. If he's associated with materialists, he regresses. If he's associates with both, he maintains himself, but he doesn't advance. What is association? It is attachment. If you're with someone for the heart, then you take the qualities and the defects of the person. If you associate with the pure devotee, then according to his devotion, then that's why if we associate with materialists, then we will develop lust. The secret is we associate with pure devotees, but when we are with people that who are lusty, who are greedy, who are mad, who are illusioned, then we serve the Lord. But we don't associate with these people to receive an internal relationship. We just stay external, although otherwise we fall down. This is the law of association. You can try. You will have the result. Although you do, whether you do like this or everyone has the right. This is why a Vaishnava can be in the middle, in between prostitutes, without being affected. But someone else will be affected because he associates not only with the Supreme Lord, but the devotee, he associates only with the Lord, and for that he is protected. Never. He brings himself into a situation for himself. When you're in a situation for yourself, for your own benefit, then you're in a position with the living beings. If people, they hurt you, then you're affected. If they do good, then you're illusioned. Ah, it's a good person. Ah, ha, ha. Always like this, ah, ha, ha. But if you serve the Lord, no matter what people do to you, you'll always be satisfied. That's where we attain peace. Not without anything else. Sometimes I hear people complain in the community because they serve their interest. They're not devotees yet. We call that Kanishta Bhakta. Madhyam, he serves the Supreme Lord. That's where we recognize a Madhyama Adhikari. He doesn't have material desires. He just wants to satisfy the Lord. He doesn't feel attacked. He is simply ready to serve. Unless we are on this platform, community life is difficult
que vous êtes le centre.
because we always think we are the center.
Et comme personne n'est parfait,
And since nobody is perfect,
vous passerez votre temps à éviter les gens.
you will pass the time to avoid people.
Vous créerez des clans.
We will create clans, groups,
Et finalement, vous détruirez la communauté.
and finally you will destroy the community.
Si vous voulez comprendre le service à
If you want to understand this eternal reality,
il faut au moins être à ce niveau-là.
you must at least be on this platform,
Parce que le serviteur
because
peut
the servant,
développer une relation.
he can develop a relationship with the deity,
Et naturellement,
and naturally the deity will
la
speak,
déité va manger.
the deity will eat,
Va se reposer.
the deity will want to rest, to be dressed.
Sans ça, il n'y a pas de relation.
Without this, there's no relationship.
C'est comme si vous habillez des statues.
It's like you're dressing statues,
Il y a un corps de pierre.
and then you must have a heart made of stone,
Parce que vous verrez la pierre.
because you will see the stone.
Par contre,
You only see the stone in the deity. But
serviteur,
if your attitude is to be a servant,
alors la
so
relation va s'établir.
the relationship
Va devenir
will establish, and your heart will become extremely sweet, and you'll see in your
comprendre à quel point ils sont
brothers and sisters, you'll see servants, and you'll see how dear they are to the Lord,
pour les dévots.
and you will develop love for the devotees.
C'est Madhya Madhika.
This is Madhya Madhikari.
C'est rare.
It's rare.
Ça existe.
It exists.
C'est pas la majorité.
It's not the majority.
Mais à moins d'être sur cette plateforme,
But unless we're on this platform,
alors on ne peut pas faire beaucoup d'avancement.
we cannot make so much spiritual advancement,
Parce que
because
le stade Kanishta-Adhikari,
the stage of Kanishta Adhikari,
apparence de dévot,
which is just an appearance of a devotee,
c'est motivé par l'envie.
is motivated by envy,
L'envie de la position.
the envy of position.
Ces dévots-là, ils disent toujours.
These devotees,
Ça fait 20 ans que je suis
they
là,
always say, I've been their devotee for 20 years, 30 years.
je respecte.
You have to respect me.
Je suis un ancien. J'étais-
I am a senior. I've been there before you. Blah, 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 blah.
Ils ont déjà eu leur récompense.
They always had their reward. They already had their reward.
Ils sont des dirigeants,
They're
des gourous,
leaders, gurus,
mais il n'y a pas de bhakti.
but there's no bhakti.
C'est le piège.
This is the trap.
Parce qu'à la base,
Because
notre
at the
association
beginning, our
n'était
association
pas pure.
was not pure.
On n'a pas appris
We did not learn
ce que devait être le but de l'existence.
what was the goal of of existence.
Celui qui nous a enseigné,
The one who taught
il
us
courait après la position.
was running after position.
Quand il faisait une erreur,
When he
il
was
cachait
making a mistake, was hiding it
en essayant de discréditer la personne qui avait fait l'erreur. Non, c'est pas
by
possible.
trying to discredit the person who made the mistake.
Moi, je suis-
He said it's not possible.
Je suis acharya,
I am Acharya.
je suis né sur le dame, j'ai
I'm,
mangé de viande,
I'm born in the
j'ai
dam.
bu
I never
d'alcool,
ate meat,
j'ai
never
bu
drank alcohol, never touched a woman.
Maya est très puissante,
Maya is very powerful,
très très puissante.
very,
Même
very
les personnes
powerful.
comme ça, ils sont-
Even people like this, they are trapped.
c'est
They're
triste,
cheated.
c'est comme ça.
It's sad, but it's like this.
C'est extrêmement rare.
It's extremely
Une
rare.
personne qui se fait pas avoir.
A person who does not get taken by
Pourquoi?
this. Why?
Parce qu'elle a une véritable relation avec lui.
Because that person has a true relationship with Krishna.
Donc,
So
vous devez
you must
véritablement
truly, really
faire attention
be careful
à ne pas tomber dans ce
not to fall in this trap
de vouloir recevoir quelque chose pour vous,
of trying to receive something for yourself,
de ne pas être honoré.
to not be honored.
Vous pouvez voir facilement cela.
You can see that
Si
easily.
quelqu'un vous manque de respect,
If someone
vous vous mettez en colère,
is lacking respect and you become angry, that means you do not have the proper attitude.
c'est pas compliqué.
It's not complicated.
Si vous apprenez d'une personne
If you learn from a person
qui vous veut du mal,
who wants to do wrong to you, and you love that
et
person,
que vous dites celui-là c'est mon frère,
and you say,
alors
this
vous
one
êtes
is my true friend, then you are on the right path.
Parce que cette personne
Because
que vous
that
adorez sur
person
l'autel,
you worship on the altar,
vous la voyez partout.
you see that person everywhere.
Vous apprenez de tout le monde.
You learn from everyone.
Aujourd'hui, c'est un jour
Today
particulier.
is a particular day.
C'est le jour où
It's the
Krishna,
day where Krishna,
on lui donne la garde
we give him
des vaches.
the care of the cows.
Donc, c'est un grand jour.
So it's a great day, special day. Hey Baba,
C'est le rassemblement.
this is
Nanda
the
Maharaj est très fier de son
this is the meeting.
Aujourd'hui, c'est
And then
la fête.
Nanda Maharaj is very proud of his son.
Maintenant, mon fils,
Today, my
arrêtez
son,
de garder les petits
you will
veaux,
stop
tu
to
vas
take
garder
care of the small calves. You take care of the big cows. That means Krishna will be able to leave,
avoir plus de liberté.
to have more freedom to go everywhere. But at the same time, in the heart of Nanda Maharaj, Yashoda, there's a great separation. There's a great joy, but also it's a big problem.
Ça veut dire plus de séparation.
That means more separation.
Faut toujours comprendre qu'à
We must
Vrindavan,
always
il y a
understand
toujours
that
deux
in
extrêmes.
Vrindavan, there's always two extremes.
C'est la nature de Vrindavan.
This is the nature of Vrindavan.
Et c'est aussi un divertissement
And it's also
particulier,
a special pastime
où un jour,
where one day
Krishna était
Krishna
au Radhakund
was at Radhakund
et
and
il était
he
très,
was really
désireux d'être avec Shrimati
he
Radharani.
was really desiring of being with Shrimati
Et
Radharani.
quand on dit désireux,
And when we say he was
c'est que
desiring,
Krishna était dans
that means that Krishna was
un sentiment
in
de
a
dévastation.
feeling of extreme devastation, lamentation.
C'est quelque chose
It is something that the Acharyas
à un certain niveau.
expressed.
C'est une véritable
This is
dévastation.
a true
Krishna, il peut détruire
devastation. Krishna can destroy all the universes, but this is nothing.
Krishna est dévasté.
When Krishna is devastated and he is in separation with Radharani, it is something that is immense.
Un des associés,
And one of the associates, the most intimate associates of Krishna,
s'appelle Subal.
is called Subal.
Et
And
ce jour-là, en fait,
on this day,
n'avait pas pu
Radharani was not able to go out to
Elle
meet
était
Krishna.
quelque part,
She was privated. She was not able. She was forbidden of getting out of the home because Jatila,
les divertissements de Krishna,
in Krishna's pastimes,
la belle-mère de Radharani,
the
allait quelque part avec son
stepmom mother of Radharani, she's a little bit crooked.
tordu dans le sens que
Crooked in a sense that
elle est quand même un peu bizarre.
she's a little weird,
Et elle empêche toujours Radha et
and she
Krishna.
always forbids Radha and Krishna
Elle
to
est comme la gardienne de la prison.
unite. She's like the guardian
Et
of the
Radha,
prison. And
ses
Radha
amis, ils sont
and her
toujours obligés de
friends,
faire des plans
they're always forced
pour
to make
échapper
plans
à Jatila.
to escape the grip of Jatila. Jatila,
Elle a
she has
une fille qui s'appelle Kutila
a daughter that is called Kutila
et un fils qui s'appelle Abhimanyu.
and a son who is called Abhimanyu.
Mais elle a aussi
But
des servantes.
she also has servants.
Elle a tout un réseau.
She has a big network.
C'est très organisé.
It's really organized, Praj.
C'est pas facile
It's not easy
de sortir
to get out
de l'emprise de Jatila.
out of the grip of Jatila.
On voit parfois dans les temples,
Sometimes we see in temples
il y a des personnes qui sont
there are persons
qui aiment le pouvoir.
who like power.
C'est difficile de sortir de leur griffe.
It's difficult to get out of their grip.
Et donc, ce
So,
jour-là,
on this day, Radharani was not able to come, and Krishna cannot support, cannot accept for so long separation from Radharani, because Radha and Krishna, they are same soul. It is explained they're just like the musk and the smell, or just like the sun or the heat. They cannot be separated too long, because the feelings that they feel in this separation cannot stay for too long. This is why we called Mahaprabhu, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, the golden volcano, because his feelings, they're so elevated that they are compared to volcanoes
tellement c'est brûlant et tellement c'est dévastateur.
because it is so much devastating and so much
Et
burning.
il a appelé
And
Soubal.
he called
Il
Subal.
a dit Soubal,
He said, Subal,
je ne peux pas vivre
I
sans
cannot
toi.
live without her.
Il faut que tu fasses quelque chose
You
pour moi,
must do something for me
car je vais
because I
laisser
will
ma vie.
I will
Et quand
leave
Krishna
my
dit
life.
ça, c'est pas
And when
métaphorique.
Krishna says this, it's
Et
not
donc Soubal, naturellement,
imaginary. It's
a
true.
été très
So
inquiet.
Subal was
Et
really
il est
worried
parti
and he left
à Varshan.
to Barshan.
Et donc quand il est
And when he
arrivé
arrived
près de chez
close
Jatila,
to Jatila's house,
elle a vu Soubal et
she saw Subal and naturally she
surprise de le
she
voir
was
et
surprised
aussi
to see
quelque
him.
part,
And also
suspicieuse.
she was suspicious.
Qu'est-ce que tu fais là?
What are you doing there?
Et il dit mais je cherche.
And he said, but I'm looking for a
Et
calf.
Jatila était occupé.
But Jatila was busy.
Et il a dit je pense
And he
qu'il est
said,
rentré
I
chez nous.
think the calf entered in your house.
Et elle dit écoute,
And
j'ai pas
Jatila
le
said,
temps
I
d'aller
don't have
chercher
time
le
to
reste.
go get the calf. Go
Et une
yourself.
particularité de Soubal,
And there's a
c'est
particularity
qu'il
of Subal
ressemble comme
is that
Radharani.
he looks just like
Quelques
Radharani,
particularités près.
almost just like her, yes. Certain acharyas explain that Subal can also take a feminine form when he is in the feeling of a manjari. And in this pastime, Subal was able to enter Radharani's quarters and explain the situation to Radharani. And Subal was really intelligent. He said to Radharani, it's simple. The way we will do this is that we will change our clothes, exchange our clothes. And a calf manifested, so they changed their dresses. Radharani came out with a calf, and when Jatila saw the false Subal, she said, oh, you found your calf? And Radharani, she imitated Subala's voice, and she said, yes, I can now go back. So, since Radha and Subal, they really look like they have the same face, only certain details are different, but that cannot really be visible. It is just like almost perfect replicas. We have to be expert to see the difference. And when Subal arrived, even Krishna, he was cheated because Radharani, she played with him. She came disguised as Subal with the calf on her breast, not showing that she had breast. That's the way she was able to get out. And Krishna said, oh, you did not come with Radharani? He said, no, I was not able to. She was really, she was a prisoner of Jatila. And Krishna, he became completely devastated. Radharani was playing with her. She said, yes, if you want, I can get another gopi if you like. Krishna said, no. Nobody can give me joy but Radharani. Nobody. And Krishna said, so I will die. And then Radharani, she embraced Krishna. And Radha Krishna, they were together again. Jai.